Hi, welcome back to Soggy Granola. I am so glad you're here. Happy New Year to you. I am so glad that you are joining me today for another video. Welcome to the new year. I hope that you had an awesome Christmas, and I'm so happy to be back with you again today. So I'm going to be sharing with you what I got for Christmas as well as what my goals are for 2021. So this is a little bit off topic than my normal videos, but as a mom, I love seeing what other moms get for Christmas as well as what other people set as goals for themselves for the new year and what your outlook is on that. So I figured I would share mine with you. I happen to really love Christmas. I love all Christmases. I love the whole season, but this year was just extra special, and I feel like it's probably my favorite Christmas to date. I just had a great time with family, and after the hard year that we had, it was just really nice to spend that intimate time with them. And also the gifts that I received this year were really thoughtful, and spending time with my family and the good food, and also my son, just seeing the joy on his face and the way that he experiences things is pretty awesome. This is the first time that he's received presents that he had any interest in actually opening them. Last year for Christmas, he was more interested in what was in the stocking but didn't want to retrieve it. He didn't want to go in his stocking. And then for Christmas, he just didn't open any of his presents. He wasn't interested, but this year he was interested in his stocking. He was reaching in and pulling all the things out, and just the joy on his face as he explored his stocking and then was unwrapping his own presents was just, it was a new experience, and it was so fun to watch. So definitely my favorite Christmas to date, and I actually already took down most of my Christmas decor. I think this is all that I have left up, aside from my son's playroom. I just feel a sense of contentment and peace. I'm just ready for the new year. So let's start with what I got for Christmas. So the first handful of presents here are from my husband, and the first one is this Ember mug. So if you're not familiar with Ember, this is a battery operated mug. So it's just a standard 14-ounce mug. From the outside, as you can see, the little light is blinking here because the bottom portion of this mug is a battery, and it actually keeps your beverage warm at whatever temperature you set on the app for an hour and a half. Now, as a busy mom chasing around your little ones, I used to set my coffee down somewhere, and then we're running off to another area, and my coffee would get cold, and I would reheat it so many times a day. This mug makes that not even necessary because it just keeps it at the perfect temperature. The thing that I like about this is that you can carry it around with you. It's going to keep it warm, but it doesn't make your coffee stale. Like when you reheat your coffee several times in the microwave, or you leave a coffee pot on the burner, it tends to burn or scald or stale your coffee. And this mug doesn't do that. It just keeps it perfect. It's so awesome. Highly recommend. If you're a mom or you know a mom of littles, definitely would recommend this mug. It comes with a little charging plate. So when I'm done with my coffee, I just wash it out and stick it on the charging plate, and then it's good to go for the next time that I want to use it. So highly recommend this mug. The next item that my husband got me for Christmas is this beautiful stone diffuser. This is by Shades of Nature. I am really big into essential oils. I love diffusing them. I have a diffuser in almost every room of my home, and I had been eyeing this for so long, but it is a little bit pricey because this top portion is actually a piece of stone, which, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. It's stunning in person, and I've been eyeing it. So I was so happy to open this. Highly recommend if you are in the market for a new diffuser. It has several different light settings, which I really appreciate, but it just gives off the most beautiful glow. So really, really happy with this as well. The next item that my husband got me is actually a part of the diffuser. He got me the matching oil holder. This is such a beautiful piece. I didn't even know that they made oil holders until I was unwrapping it, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I needed it. So it is just the perfect little matching piece. It holds your oils up top, and it comes with these pads at the bottom so that your oils aren't clanking at the bottom and chipping the glass bottles. I have both of these displayed in my office and I couldn't be happier. The last item that my husband got me is a bracelet. I have been loving the Miranda Frye bracelets. I love her jewelry. I actually have a pair of her little Huggies on as well. I am fairly new to the brand, but I have seen them around for quite a while, and their pieces are just dainty and elegant and feminine without being too much, and they're more than just costume jewelry. They're actually gold plated, which I really appreciate, and they are just really beautiful pieces. I have purchased several bracelets on my own and let him know that I was really interested in some other pieces from there, so I'm so happy with the one that he picked out. So that wraps up the presents from my husband. I am so happy with the gifts that he got. They're so thoughtful, and every single one of them is so me. So I am just over the moon with those gifts. My sister and my niece got me some really thoughtful gifts as well. And I also wanted to mention my biggest gift, I guess. It's kind of weird to say that. I got a dining room table, which I guess you've arrived in adulthood when that's exciting, but I have lived on my own since I was 18, and in all of the places I've lived, I've never had a dining room table. I've had a dining room, I've just never had a table. And when I moved into this house 3.5 years ago, the original owners had left their table, which I was so grateful for since I didn't have one. It was really ugly, so I laminated the top of it, and it just got to a point where we couldn't use it anymore, and so we got a hand-me-down table from my mom, and so I used that for almost a year. I spray painted it, and it kind of did the job, but of course the spray paint was coming off, so my dad purchased me this beautiful Hearth and Hand table, and I am so happy with it. It fits the space perfectly. It's such a beautiful piece and makes me so happy. I have my first actual dining room table, a piece that I'm going to be hanging on to for a very long time. So let's move on to 2021 goals. About 8 years ago, I stopped setting New Year's resolutions because for me personally, it was setting myself up for disappointment, because I would set these goals at the very beginning of the year with this fresh new spirit, and it wasn't really realistic. It wasn't something I could carry through the year. It wasn't specific or measurable, and so setting resolutions just isn't something that works for me personally. If it works for you, that's great, but for me, I found that choosing a word to focus on throughout the year was more helpful. And so I have done that for the last 4 years, I think. And so going into 2021, my word for the year is growth. And I chose the word growth for a couple reasons. One, because the season that I'm in currently, there's so much room for growth, but I also want to be really intentional about my resources. So my time, my finances, my son being the age that he is, and so growth just felt right. It was also something that I just felt like the Lord had placed on my heart, that was my word for the year, and I feel like it's super fitting. So my word for 2021 is growth, and what does that look like for me? So my little bullet points underneath of that word specifically are growth in my finances and my investments, which means being really intentional about my money. I tend to just kind of spend a little bit excessively sometimes, and I really want to focus on building my wealth, my future, my investments. So really being intentional about where my money is going and what I'm spending my money on, so that I have more money to be putting into my future. Also, growth in my relationship with God. This looks like being intentional about being in the Word and in prayer. Also, being sure that I'm tithing. That is something that I kind of ebb and flow with, and I need to be really intentional about making that a priority this year, especially focusing on growth of my finances and income and investments. Tithing is such an important part of that. So tithing, being in the Word, praying, but something that I can do every single day is a devotional. It is a great way to be in the Word for a very manageable amount of time, since not all of my days provide the time to spend 30 to 45 minutes in the Word. A devotional is a great way to sit down with a cup of coffee for 5 or 10 minutes to be intentional with that time. Also, growing myself as an individual, focusing on improving myself, possibly setting up some counseling sessions or some therapy sessions, reading some books that I have had on my to-read list for several years now, growing just myself as an individual and the role that I play in other people's lives. Also, the growth of my horizons, which looks like traveling more. And not just traveling to travel, but I have friends that live out of state, and I really want to make it a point this year to go and visit them. So traveling this year is definitely high on my to-do list, and I think that growing my horizons is going to be something that I really enjoy because I'm going to be doing it with my son, which that just makes everything better. So looking forward to growing his horizons as well and seeing some friends that I haven't seen in a while. Growth in my commitment to living a healthier lifestyle. I am excited about this one. So I have been a part of a workout program for the last 4 months. The last month and a half-ish, I really haven't participated much, but I'm still part of the program. So I am going to be really intentional. They're actually launching a 45-day program starting January 4th, which I am super excited to be a part of. So I'm going to be really intentional about that, as well as my vitamins and minerals. I kind of got away from taking those towards the end of the year as well. So bringing focus back to my commitment for a healthier lifestyle. I don't plan on doing any fad diets or crash dieting. I don't have a weight loss number. I like focusing on overall health because for me personally, they kind of, all of the aspects of my personal health kind of are intertwined. And so focusing on health as a whole is more beneficial for me in this season than any kind of diet. So I do like the workout program that I am part of, so I'm going to continue doing that. I may start counting calories, I don't know. I really want to focus on intuitive eating, but really growing my commitment to a healthier lifestyle, and I'm excited about that. And lastly is growing my YouTube channel and my brand Soggy Granola. This is something I'm really passionate about. I am a creative through and through, and so making these videos is something that's really fun for me. It's a great creative outlet, and I love sharing different ways of doing things, especially when they kind of go against what the norm is, if you will. So it's something that I really enjoy. It's something I'm passionate about, and so I'm really hoping to grow my channel over the next year. If there is anything that you would like to see content on, please put it down below. I would love to make videos that you want to see. I've also been working on a list of different video ideas for the upcoming year, and I'm really excited about that as well. I think I'm going to be incorporating some more mommy stuff and some different controversial topics. But like I said, if there's anything specific you would like a video on, please put it down in the comments below. I would love to add that to my list. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I post new videos on Tuesdays and Fridays and would love to have you be part of this community. It was so great having you today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.